Hey guys, today we're doing a video on Nidus. Nidus is the infestation frame. He is all about being tanky, being really gross, and dealing scaling damage. Getting Nidus, you will have to do the Glass Gambit quest. That will allow you to get his main blueprint. Getting his component blueprints will come from Rotation C of Infested Salvage on Eris. Going into Nidus's abilities, we have his passive. His passive is if Nidus is killed with at least 15 stacks of mutation, those 15 stacks are consumed, granting him 5 seconds of invulnerability and restoring his health to 50%. This sacrifices a bit of damage in order to survive, so it's a pretty good passive. His first ability is Virulence. Virulence ruptures the ground with a damaging fungal growth, stealing energy from each enemy it strikes. It also scales up in damage, so the more enemies you hit, the more stacks you get, the more stacks you get, the more damage you do. Some things of note: if you hit at least 5 enemies, you will be refunded your energy costs and then some. So this is Nidus's main damage tool, his main stacking tool, and getting energy back. So great stuff. We have a second ability, which is Larva. Larva spawns an infestation pod, erupts with tendrils, latching onto nearby enemies and pulling them in. This will grant you some CC for a couple of enemies, or a good bunch of enemies, and it will allow you to use Virulence much easier, since if all the enemies are grouped up, you can just cast your one and get more stacks quicker. Something of note just here: his third and fourth ability consume his stacks. So his third ability is Parasitic Link. Parasitic Link allows you to link to an ally or an enemy. If you link to an ally, it will increase your damage and your ally's damage. If you link to an enemy, it will reduce the amount of damage you take by redirecting the damage to the enemy. As I said, this does cost mutation stacks and only costs 1 stack. His fourth and final ability is Ravenous. Ravenous allows you to spawn an infested, well, I guess makes the floor infested and spawn maggots that swarm enemies. They feast until they explode by you casting your one onto the maggots. The maggots will give you mutation stacks, and they do quite a bit of blast damage. I see. This costs 3 mutation stacks, and this allows you to also heal quicker and lasts quite a while. So those are Nidus's abilities, and we'll go into the build. So the build I have Steel Charge in the aura slot to give me more melee damage and just, well, more mod capacity. I have Power Strength, Transcend Fortitude, Intensify, and Augur Secrets to give me more ability strength. I have Prime Continuity and Augur Message to give me power ability duration, Vitality and Adaptation to give me more survivability, and Hunter's Adrenaline to make it so that any damage on my health is converted to even more energy. You'll notice that Nidus has a 15% heal rate and a 15% extra strength. This is built into him automatically, and it's what makes Nidus unique. Another thing you'll notice is that he has 0 shield, so this makes Hunter's Adrenaline even better on him. So that's the build for Nidus. Getting into the test, of course this is a level 100 test. This is pretty much stage 3 sortie, and you will have to really actively look for anything higher than this. So start the test. We will grab some energy. First thing we'll do is that we'll just shoot in our second ability. This allows us to grab a couple enemies, at least start getting some stacks, then link it over to another guy, kill these ancients, and this is where the main damage comes in. So you can see my energy is always being refunded. I'm taking reduced damage, and now that I spawn this, it's even more CC, and just constant damage coming around. So the more stacks I have, the more damage I'll do. And you can see Nidus clears out a lot of enemies pretty quickly. Right now, because I have low stacks, they're not doing as much damage, but when it caps at 99 stacks, you'll be doing tons of damage. And this is pretty much just how you play Nidus. So it's pretty simple. He's great for long runs. However, he may not be the best for team play just because you'll be wanting to get more stacks, and since well, your teammates kill enemies as well, you won't be able to get the stacks from dead enemies. So he's really meant for long survival endurance runs, especially if you want to do it solo. He's a great frame, deals tons of damage, gets your health back, very tanky, and of course, because I haven't died, I can't show off the passive. As soon as I kill all these guys, I think that's it. I'll just give a quick show off of how it looks. So go back here, simulate again, and just let these enemies wail on me since I have 27 stacks. So there we can see the 5 seconds of vulnerability. I get my health back. The same thing here. We're just going to want to link to a random target when you are playing that. Okay, I'm not linked to him. So that's exactly what I didn't want to do. I was going to say, you don't want to link to Ancients just because it makes all the enemies not get affected by a larva and take reduced damage. What you want to do is link yourself to something like a heavy gunner or a bombard. That way you have your damage reduction for longer, and you also have this synergy with your first ability, where if I hold it down, you can see there are 2 bars. There's 1 bar coming out of me and 1 bar coming out of the Link. The Link also shoots out his first ability, which means you get stacks even quicker. So to summarize it, I'll just move to a quieter area. To summarize it, playing Nidus, you want to throw out his 2, constantly throw out your 1, throw out your 3 to get more, or get another 1 of your 1 out, and damage reduction or damage boosting, while keeping your 4 out to give you bonus health regen and some CC. So I'm just gonna put that there so it's a bit quieter. So that is Nidus. If this is a frame that seems like a lot of fun and you want to do long survival runs, I recommend picking up. Again, you will have to do the Glass Gambit quest and do Rotation C of the Infested Salvage quest. My name has been Sunrisen, and I hope you have a wonderful day or night. Bye bye.